40 to 60% of kids in Connecticut will go to bed tonight without their father at home with them. And research shows that children securely connected to their fathers succeed socially, emotionally, and academically. That's from Doug Edwards. He's the founder and program director of Real Dads Forever, a fatherhood strategies development organization in Manchester, Connecticut. He travels all over New England talking about parental involvement with a focus on getting dads more involved in their families. Thanks so much for joining me today, Doug. Now, tell me, what are some of the biggest reasons for absentee fathers?
Well, first of all, let me just talk about present fathers, because there's a vast majority of them, and they're really doing a great job with kids and with their families. And without what they do, life would be pretty difficult in our communities. So big kudos for dads that are present, that are actually doing the job. Whether they're in a love relationship or not, if they're co-parenting, that's very significant in the lives of children. But we have what we call generational father absence. And a lot of young men who have grown up without a dad end up growing up absent in their children's lives. And there are many reasons for that. Sometimes it's just that they feel that that's normal. Other times they feel that the pain of addressing that issue in their own lives is so very difficult that they find ways to avoid it. And as a result, they're not connected with their children as much as they could be. There's also an acceptance on the part of moms that this is normal. There are many young women who grew up without their dads as well. And to have a man absent, it feels kind of normal for them. Very often I see young people where the young lady hasn't grown up with her dad and the young man hasn't grown up with his dad, and they somehow find each other and get into a relationship that may or may not be lasting, and the dad takes off after the child is born. So there are certain things that just keep happening, and somehow we have to find a way to break that cycle. It's difficult to change behavior. It's really, really hard.
How important is the child-father relationship?
It's very important. Every social indicator that we use where there's problems in the lives of children can be ameliorated with the presence of a father. So the statistics can change if dads are involved. For instance, we play with children differently. We use our bodies for play, and we don't play by the rules. We make up stuff. We make up dumb stuff sometimes. And we encourage kids to use their imagination, and that stimulates them to be creative. Moms do more structured type of play with children, book reading and puzzles and games, that kind of thing. And dads are more kind of outdoorsy. We don't have any problem telling a kid, you're out, you lost. It's that kind of thing that gets children ready for the real world and helps to build their confidence. And that's really important. So there's huge differences between dad and mom. We also do the affirmation thing, just the presence. Sometimes we don't use a lot of words, but our presence in the lives of children is affirmation for them. That's that pat on the back, that look across the room, that high five, that being present at a football game or a basketball game or some kind of activity that the child is doing. Very, very significant in terms of affirmation. And when boys especially don't get affirmation from a dad, they'll turn somewhere else to get it from. Many young men who have been involved in gang activity get affirmation from gang leaders. It's the wrong kind of affirmation, but they get it nevertheless. So there's a hunger for that in the lives of all children. Young girls who don't have that kind of relationship with their dad, who should be their first male love, if they don't get that affirmation from dad, they'll look for it someplace else. And it just makes life very difficult. So it's very important. Even academically, there have been studies that show that as early as 8 weeks, when the dad is involved in the life of a child, they end up handling stress better in their later years.
Now talk about some of the work that you've done with Real Dads Forever all across New England, Connecticut, Mass, all parts of New England. What are some of the goals that you have in mind or things you'd like to see accomplished?
I want to change the world.
Don't we all?
But more substantively and more realistically than that, my goal is to get dads to understand their unique and specific value in the lives of their kids and to be able to articulate it and change their behavior so that their relationship is meaningful to their child. And that's a tough job to do. The wave of father absence is almost epidemic. So, and there are a lot of guys out there who just need a tap on the shoulder to arouse their interest in being connected with their child. There have been developments in the fatherhood field that are helping us to improve. And what we're trying to do more is to get the word out there, get dads involved, get agencies to realize that they have a significant part in encouraging and supporting dads. We did a father-friendly site survey to a number of agencies recently and found out, for instance, that less than 30% of them, when they're enrolling moms in whatever program it is, whether it's school, whether it's maternity, they are not asking for the father's name. Less than 30% ask for the father's name. So that's, we don't encourage them to step up, and then we wonder why they don't show up. So it's just to try to change the environment, encourage the community to embrace fathers. There are many, many programs out there for moms, and somehow fathers have been neglected to the detriment of the development of children. Some of the other things, we're presently in Connecticut, we have a fatherhood initiative that's been active since 1999, and all of our state agencies are involved in that. All of the state agencies have done father-friendly site surveys so that they know what's going on within their agencies as it relates to fathers, and they know what they need to improve. Presently, we are doing our strategic plan for the first time, which is great, very, very encouraging for me, having been involved in it since the inception. And hopefully we can make some big changes. We have this big, huge bureaucracy called child support enforcement, and that's about money. We don't have child relationship enforcement, and that's more significant to children. If there is that relationship developed, especially emotionally, it'll make a huge difference in the lives of kids.
Great. Thank you so much, Doug, for coming on board and talking to us about this.
My pleasure. Thank you.